And welcome back. Pregame.tv. Ken Thomson, his Friday night radio partner, Chuck Edel. SportsX Radio is the show. You can check it out here in Vegas, AM 720 KDWN, down there in the Phoenix area, AM 1100 KFNX, or just go to sportsxradio.com, right there on the homepage. Listen live. If you miss the show, go to pregame.com. Jeff Scott takes the show, gets all the commercials out, and you can listen to it right there. Charles, nice pick there that you've got on Clemson in the first video that we did over Pittsburgh. Now we've got Creighton at home senior night, and I think this is a big
You love those senior nights.
I do in certain spots.
Right.
And the reason is because you have four guys that play a lot anyway that are graduating, including coach's kid, Doug McDermott, his senior game in Omaha. And we know how great the fan base is already there for the Creighton Bluejays. That place will be rocking. Are you kidding me? Those people will be there 3 hours early.
No question. And you're right. Sometimes you play a senior night and they play three guys start off the bench because they're seniors. This is a different situation. Creighton is a senior-related team.
Now, Creighton went to Providence, got beat up pretty good, 81-68 in the first meeting, and a game they didn't play well. Also, Gibbs did not play. He's one of their seniors as well, and he's a guy that's a six-man off the bench that does a lot of scoring as well from behind the arc.
Yeah, no question about it. They missed him, and it's a good revenge spot. We know how well Creighton has played during the season. They've struggled a little bit in their last couple. Now they go back home where they usually take care of business.
And that's the thing. Creighton dropping their last two games on the road, losing to Xavier and also to Georgetown. Yeah. And Georgetown beat them pretty good. And those physical teams, even Seton Hall, with Teague in the lineup getting the bulk of the minutes last week in Omaha, nearly beat Creighton, only lost by a point, but really played well. And when they have those big, wide bodies, sometimes that's tough for McDermott and the boys because they don't have Eshenique like they had last year.
Yeah, and I think the part of the problem in their last couple of games is Raggy did not have good games. And what you've seen lately is teams kind of letting McDermott do his thing and then Gart trying to stop Raggy. But he's much better at home. But his last couple of games, he struggled. I would anticipate him having a good game at home where Creighton shoots the ball well.
Another senior, Raggy, will be in that starting lineup as well. Well, as Marco D'Angelo says when he's here in the anchor seat, it is my play, so let's go ahead, make it official. And it is going to be Creighton. And I know it's going to be a big line as we're looking at about 10-10.5, the Blue Jays favorite at home. And again, Providence has not lost many games by double digits. They're a good, solid squad, but they had to go double overtime, and we're fortunate to get the win against Marquette, 81-80 the other night. And Bryce Cotton, their main guy, 23 points per game, right around there, 22-23. In the first meeting, he had 23 points, 6 assists, and he's their go-to guy. But he played over right around 50 minutes, Chuck was telling me, as far as in that double OT game. Batts and Henton, those guys are his 1-1A guys, kind of help him out as far as doing the scoring there for the Friars. Right now, Providence is tied for third in the Big East, and they're tied with Xavier. We'll keep tabs on that. But I'm looking more for a Providence effort like they had in Philadelphia against Villanova when they got waxed 91-61. Also lost by 12 at Georgetown. And I'm saying it's going to be right around in there. I expect Creighton to win this game between 15 and 20 points. And the reason why, number one, the atmosphere again. First of all, those fans are outstanding. Second of all, Doug McDermott's senior day. And then you've got Raggy, Gibbs, and Manigat as well. All four of those guys are seniors. So they're going to be in the starting lineup. And then you're going to throw in a junior, Chapman. And that's a pretty good starting five. So you're, like Chuck said, you're not throwing any reserves in there that don't have much experience just because they're seniors to get the minutes. 4 for 19 behind the arc in the first meeting for Creighton. In fact, McDermott only shot 2 threes, was 0 of 2, and then 2 of 8 for Raggy. Like Chuck says, Ethan Raggy shoots much better behind the arc and way behind the arc at home. McDermott even pushes it out another 3-4 feet, or he may shoot it the way he did in Villanova in that first game when they pounded the Wildcats. How about Villanova's 14-2 in the Big East? Their only 2 losses by 15-20 plus against Creighton both times as they got waxed both times. But I look for Creighton to just demolish Providence. And again, I respect Providence. I know they're having a good year. I still think they can get in the NCAA tournament. No shame to lose at Creighton. But this is a big game for the Blue Jays in 2 aspects. Number one, they want to have some momentum going into the Big East tournament. Do not want to play a close game at home. And again, senior day, end the career for Doug McDermott. And of course, his dad, Greg McDermott, the coach. I think it's going to be a blowout. I think Creighton from start to finish. I think you could probably play first half and game. And I'm feeling good about both. But that's my play on pregame.tv. Chuck has the line power rankings right around 10-10.5, Creighton the favorite.
And another thing you have in your favor, Providence coming off a double overtime game where they had 6 players play 30 minutes or more. Cotton played 50 minutes. they don't have a bench. The rest of the team in that game only played 5 minutes, so they basically played 6 players in the double overtime. Now you got to go on the road. And picking college basketball, as you know, you got to pick your spots, certain situations. It's a good spot for Creighton here.
Chuck, real quick, as far as your prognostication with Creighton getting to the big dance, again, we're seeing a lot of these teams end of the year kind of dropping some games that ordinarily we would have them as winning these games. But Creighton, again, a team that's still going to have a pretty good seed. They have to get the right matchup, though.
Yeah, but I think whoever they play, these teams in conference are kind of used to them. When they get matched up against teams who are not used to playing them, I think advantage Creighton in those spots. I think they're going to be a tough out, and I think you could possibly see them in the Sweet 16.
There you go. All right. Well, that is my play on pregame.tv. Go ahead, take the Creighton Blue Jays, lay the points against Providence. Like I said, first half, second half, I feel good about the entire game. We'll see how that works out. It's a 7 o'clock local start there in Omaha, be 5 o'clock out here Vegas time. Take Creighton against Providence, revenge off the 81-68 loss up there in Rhode Island, and that's my play. We will come back. We've got a couple more Sunday videos that we're going to do, and it'll be my play as well up next, and that'll be Florida State at home against slumping Syracuse, and then we'll close it out with LaSalle on the road in Philly. They're from Philly, of course, but they go across town to take on St. Joe's. That'll be the next 2 videos right here on pregame.tv.